Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we have landed up here. I really don't think that much is going to amount from this, actually. Like, realistically, I think that absolutely nothing is going to amount because I made the mistake of launching this while there were strikes ongoing, so we currently have no construction ongoing on any trade ports here. So I really doubt that that's going to be a thing. I mean, we can proceed, and maybe through some miracle we hold out, but I really doubt that that'll happen. In the meantime, though, we can keep the pressure on over here. And that, yeah, look at this, we're already retreating here. This is not unexpected. We have no supplies in this region, no real way to get supplies to this region. Even if we were able to airdrop, which we're out of range of, it wouldn't be enough. These guys are going to get pocketed, and they're going to die. But it's fine. They were mostly a distraction. These guys are now coming up over this direction, and that's fine. We're attacking in over here, and we've actually pushed them. I don't know if we're going to actually succeed in this over here. If we push in, this distraction will have been worth it. Yeah, they're moving additional troops in over here. That's only one unit. That guy's going to get pushed out too. We're still on our way in. This may be worth it. They had to split their force. We're going to get stopped at Panama City almost certainly. But even so, just taking this one little area is a big deal. Oh, wow. Oh, that includes Panama City. Okay, that's a bigger deal than I even thought. Okay. This is definitely working better than I anticipated. I'm a little bit at a loss for words. You can see here that we have decent supplies here now. So that means that we should be able to push in. That is unexpected, as far as I'm concerned. Can we build infrastructure here? We actually can. Of course, we're not going to because we still have the strikes underway. They're dealt with. It'll just take them some time. Okay. Well, we're going to get our troops up here. And with Panama City taken, that is a big deal. Yeah, we're going to lose this attack, but they actually stopped attacking us over here. Okay, now they're attacking here. They may succeed in pushing us in which case, that's fine. These guys did their job. Like, honestly, they really did. Actually, they stopped their attack up here. Boy, do I ever wish that the strike crisis would get addressed. We should have like an 80% chance of that, though. So we're just going to continue attacking over here. And yeah, I expect to lose, but these guys, they currently have a big supply issue here. Specifically, this is saying they support 81 supply here. 72 of that coming from infrastructure. I'm not sure how legitimate that is. The local supply base and the Balboa victory point, sure, but they shouldn't be getting any throughput here. Oh, I suppose it's because this is their capital, isn't it? This is the Brazilian capital. Yeah, that would be why. Regardless, any cost is fine over here. Okay, they're attacking us over here now. This is to be expected. These guys, I really didn't think that this would even be as successful as it was. I'm completely fine with what's happening here. Yeah, this is absolutely fine. No worries whatsoever. In fact, okay, yeah, all of our guys are currently retreating over here. That's fine. These guys are pretty much all going to go away. And that is because we attacked while we were in the strikes. We maybe could have gotten supplies to them if we weren't in strikes. That said, it still would have been very dicey. Very dicey. Whether that succeeded or not. And yeah, this was always pretty much going to go away. This is always a temporary thing. Looking at our situation here, we will definitely get infrastructure up here. So that is fantastic to see. And yeah, as expected, these guys are overrun. That's fine. Move these into this army group for now. There are paratroopers. There we go. And there goes our strikes. It's too late for these guys, but that is completely fine. Our construction will begin again. And that is what we want to see. I don't suppose we can build any civ factories up here. Actually, we can. This is definitely something we should be doing. I'm a little shocked to see that we can do this. Oh, hello. And down here as well. I thought I had checked all these, but I guess not. Okay. More civilian factories will always be good. Excellent. Let's just make sure that we have our infrastructure queued up. Yes, we do. Fantastic. Let's get it underway. These are our civilian factories, right? Yes. Yes, they are. They're not military. Good. Very good. So yeah, I'm not in the slightest surprised that we ended up losing this toehold, but it was worth it. We took the Panama City victory point, which also gives us access to these airplanes, or rather to this airbase here. Which is intriguing. I'm going to pop in somewhere around... If we can get through the autosave, there we go. I'm going to pop in somewhere around... Where are our jet fighters at? Jet attack bombers. Jet fighter 1, jet fighter 2. Here we go. I'm going to pop in somewhere around... Actually, we'll just go for 1,000 here. And we're going to go for some air superiority. Excellent. There we go. Now, it's definitely going to take us time to get in here. And we should figure out what army is assigned to this. Army Group 3? Technically, these guys are still on their way in, but I really believe that we should probably delete these orders. Get rid of that. Excellent. And then Army Group 3 is, of course, pushing in over here, or attempting to push in over here. Now, Brazil has very large numbers in their capital here, their alleged capital. They have 0 manpower. Literally none. Fascinating. And we are currently at 70 out of 68 supply here. This chunk is supported via air supply. We're getting a little bit in there. Average infrastructure of the states in the area will, of course, be increasing, though, over the next little while as we get some construction done here. Specifically, 16 February 1956, just in a couple of days here, is when we're going to start seeing that. Fantastic. You can hop into that army. We didn't lose any full armies here, but I really feel like that distraction was successful. Perhaps even successful enough to consider trying it again when we're not under strike. That would generally help. But we're just going to keep the pressure on these guys. Brazil absolutely can't keep this up. Eventually, actually, we're already seeing them starting to move troops out of there. Because if we look at their logistics capability there, we have 69.93 required supply here, and we have fewer units than they do here. Now, they probably have... Let's see... Yeah, those are some very small divisions there. So, in terms of their infantry division, you can see here that they have like 81 to 600. We'll take the upper end of that. So, 600, 174. Compare that to one of our assault divisions. Actually, they have apparently more than we do. Those are bigger divisions, so we should be expecting that they require more supply than we do. Okay, noted. Ah, there we go. We got a supply finished up here. So this went up to 79, which means that we are now fully supplied in this region, which also means that we could get rid of this air supply. That's no longer necessary. Fantastic. So, I mean, we'll push in there eventually. You can see they're taking attrition. So that's something that we're very okay with. And as our supply builds up over here, we will move more of these up to help this attack. We can lower the autonomy of a subject, and I think it's okay to do that right now. I'm going to go with Netherlands because they actually have territory. Okay, so they're now annexed. And I don't know where their armies went. Oh, they're just unassigned? They're just unassigned. Perfect. So we'll just pop those in. These are probably some relatively terrible divisions, but we'll use it to bulk up these armies. That should, in theory, be okay. So we'll just pop these in, something like this. It really doesn't matter where they go right now. So I'm not even going to really... Well, we might want to get them over to the New World, actually. That might be a thing that we want to do. No, not there. You can go there. Thank you. Okay, so that's 24, and we'll start working on this army now. I wish there was a hotkey to grab the next... Oh, shift-click to select all unassigned divisions. And it's just this one. Okay. I was going to say I wish there was a hotkey to just select it so that I could keep my mouse down here and just boom, 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 like that, but unfortunately that's not how it works, and that's okay. There's definitely some retreating happening here. We like to see that. And once our infrastructure gets built up in Panama a little bit more, we should be absolutely fine. Wonderful. And these repairs will not be very difficult either. We'll get those underway just as soon as we can. Let's check our logistics and see how we're doing on all of our supplies. We have 348 armored cars. Awkward. We have 4 jet strategic bombers. Okay. It looks like we're doing okay on pretty much everything. We're losing light tanks right now. We're not really producing any of them. That's okay. We have a big surplus of them still. Same with motorized. So I'm not too concerned about any of that. Excellent. Ooh, we just flipped over to winning here. Okay. I guess these guys got around to landing here. We'll put in a front line here. And I want to assign this whole army to it. I guess we should put in a naval base here. And also a land fort. And we should absolutely prioritize both of those. I didn't expect these guys to still come in over here. But I guess I didn't order them not to. That's true. I don't think they're going to survive, if I'm honest. I really, really don't. But maybe they get ignored, which would be hilarious if we're allowed to dig in here. Yeah, we're under attack. I'm not surprised by this. We can hold out against this guy, but for how long is the question. They're not going to leave their capital when we're at the capital there. And yeah, this guy's just going to get resupplied. Eventually, he'll be able to take it out. The question is, can we get any supplies in there before then? I mean, this is going to be 28 March before this is done. 22 more days. That said, land forts are under construction, and they'll be done faster. But even so, without supplies, I doubt it. I really do. That said, there is something that we can do. I'm going to drop out this fighter wing. Or at least drop its quantity down to, say, 500. And then I'm going to see about air supplying this over here, since we can definitely do that from here. We're going to add in a new wing, and we're going to see about putting in some transport planes. These are all various types of scout planes. Okay. These guys right here. We're going to bump that up to, say, 250. And we're going to try to air supply over to here. We'll see if that works. We have no supply here right now. If we can get even just a small amount of supply, I think we can hold this. There's our land fort coming in. Okay, so these guys are deploying. They're 80% deployed. We're under attack now. And the question is, are we actually getting any supply here? I mean, 0.04. I think we're going to lose this. Regardless, it is acting as a distraction. So that's reasonably okay. I mean, they'd have to back off here. And they have no incentive to. They have absolutely no reason to back off. So I don't think that's going to be a thing. Yeah, it's over. The dream is dead. Not like we particularly anticipated this dream to begin with. It's fine. It's completely fine. I'm not in the slightest surprised that they pushed us out of that. That does indicate that we're going to have a hard time making those sorts of landings up here. Unless it's with throwaway forces. Which, I mean, we could definitely utilize throwaway forces. That's the thing that could happen. How are we doing on supplies? I think we're good enough that we can delete all orders from this army. And we can assign it over here. So in comes another army, which will give us a bit of a boost when fighting these lads. Excellent. How's our infrastructure coming along? We need 3 more. Okay. And there's also been some damaged infrastructure here. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize this damaged infrastructure repair. Excellent. So we can see here that our cap is currently 95. We're below our cap, which is why, of course, we're bringing in another army. Oh yeah, this guy can have up to 30. We should probably move, say, 6 from here. That's 4, 5, and 6. Over he goes. And we'll move another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, wait. From this guy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we'll move him over to this guy, because he's, or actually this one, he's also going to be at a cap of 30. Okay. Oh, hang on. Did I miss it? I missed it! I missed the push. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set up a front line here. And we are going to set up our push line, honestly, to be the border with Chickasaw. Or actually the border with these lads. And just like push directly across like that. That would be the concept. Go ahead and execute that. I'm actually shocked that we pushed in there. I did not expect that right now. But I'm okay with it. Supply-wise, we're doing okay. This is actually a different supply zone, but we're doing fine here. Their supply is down to 56, so I expect that we're going to make relatively quick work of making our way through the rest of this isthmus. That is going to be wonderful for us, honestly. I'm very, very happy about that. This was the choke point right here. I think from here we can make our way in. It's still going to be a little bit grindy and slow until we can widen the front. But even so, I'm quite pleased. How are we doing supply-wise? 90 out of 93? Okay, so we should probably hold off for the moment. I doubt we can build additional infrastructure up here, can we? Actually, we absolutely can. And that is something that we should be doing. Build infrastructure in Balboa. Wonderful. But we've already pushed. Or we're going to push. Look at that. They're out of here. That is absolutely wonderful. I'm going to remove the orders from this army now. And we're going to assign them straight into this push. They'll be a little ways behind. And they'll slowly make their way over there. Let's see. This is 30 divisions on this front line. Okay, that's a little awkward, but Regardless, let's see here. 108 divisions. Yeah, that seems correct. I will also tell these guys to stop their area defense. And come on up. 132 divisions. Perfect. Okay, so we're stalled out a little bit over here. This isn't a shock. This is not a shock in the slightest. This division is unassigned. We'll go ahead and assign it over to this guy. Perfect. And we are currently working on our continent collection. Our continent collection is going pretty well. We've got 3 continents so far. And, well, like 3 1/4. Like 3 1/4. It gets a little fuzzy where exactly the break here is between North and South America. But I'd say that we're kind of officially in North America right now. I'm not sure where the technical break is, but it might be right around this region. Okay, it looks like they've heavily reinforced this area, but we're still winning. It's going to take us time to push through this, but we have all the time in the world. I don't mind waiting. As our infrastructure comes up, so will our supply, and it's just going to get better. Infrastructure in Balboa is, of course, under construction, as well as infrastructure in Panama. So all the way up until here, we should have reasonable supply, and look at their supply here. This is probably going to slow us down when we get to this supply zone, when we're like trying to push through here, but their supply is very, very low. Their infrastructure is pretty bad. So that is noted. We're going to have to build infrastructure as we go on the way up here. There's no doubt about that. What's some of these? 2 supported supply? 1 supported supply? Ridiculous. Oh well, not particularly relevant. We're currently losing this battle a little bit. That's to be expected for the time being. We do have free civilian factories, which is awkward. Yeah, so we do. But that's okay. Free civilian factories are kind of ideal. That means that we don't really have too much else that we need to construct. I suppose we could look at creating more civilian factories, but no. No, we don't need that. We're doing pretty well. Excellent. Eventually we'll have to land on these islands and all this nonsense, but for right now, I'm reasonably content just with taking Balboa. That's a big, big deal. And it looks like we are making progress on pushing these guys back. So that is wonderful. It's definitely a little bit slow going. Yeah, definitely slow going on that front. And that's mostly... Actually, our supplies are doing just fine now. So we'll just eventually grind our way through. I'm not concerned about that in the slightest. Wonderful. So that may only technically be 2 provinces of progress, but I'm still very pleased about that. We still have quite a bit of narrow warfare on the way up through here, though, as we enter Central America. That is going to be complicated to navigate, but look at that. We may have pushed them again. Nope. We may have pushed them again. They're in full retreat at this point. There's honestly very little that they can do. And now we can fight them on 2 fronts. For now, until we push up into this region. Are they actually going here? Yeah, they are. Okay. That's fine. This is perfectly fine. Supply-wise, this is technically a different supply region. Okay, now that's a little awkward. I mean, we're going to take this. We might be able to push through this quickly enough to make this not be awkward. That's the idea. I mean, we are working on infrastructure up here, which is helpful. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue just pushing up Central America. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.